So Robert Lush has talked to us about service dominant logic and how it came about. But the takeaway from that is that service is the basis of exchange. So that exchange in the market anywhere is exchanging value. And Robert Lush and Stephen Vargo created service dominant logic, but it is logical. There's an expectation from the customers of walking into an IKEA and having an experience that's different than anywhere else they could be walking through. So let's take that one step further before we explore some of the digital channel of where that experience has become very prevalent, and consider what relationship marketing is. So relationship marketing is the commitment trust theory by Shelby Hunt, and that strategies can transcend the product or service and form stronger bonds with consumers and maximize brand resonance. So what does that mean? So as a customer, as a potential customer, my needs are first and foremost to that firm, and that we're not just selling one thing, it's a long-term relationship and a long-term brand success based upon that relationship. So think through what one of the most obvious and prevalent brands that has created this relationship or relationship marketing, trust, commitment, trust, and how service is also a huge part of Tesla. And let's explore a little bit of Tesla, and just their page really exemplifies. I'm going to go ahead and click here. Just their page exemplifies, pull it over when it comes across. So their page, you look at Tesla and just this advertisement for Tesla. How do you feel when you look at this? It's an experience of driving a Tesla, of really feeling the G-force when you're driving that Tesla for a Model 3, Model Y, whichever model you may prefer. So Tesla is evoking that experiential marketing even through their commercials. So when we enter their site, we're giving them information. And let's talk a little bit about what that information is that we've given them and why it's important and what that's all about. So Tesla looks at the past, the present, and then the future potential of each of their customers, asking their customers, what do they want next? How do they feel about their products that they're driving? And they create an experience based upon just a digital channel. So Tesla has really cornered the market on gathering information from customers in order to understand what is valued by creating that digital online ordering. So when you think about that online ordering, you've taken a step towards really being imprinted with your senses. You see that guy just being all excited. You sense the speed. You have a feeling that really comes across of something either positive or negative when you see the guy driving his car. And then you may or may not take action on what you've seen, what you've experienced. But Tesla is truly trying to drive that experience and trying to evoke that experience through all of the steps of the experience scale to evoke purchases, but more importantly, loyalty to their brand. So they've taken the time to actually gather information about you, but you're giving them information. And when you give them information, you're essentially gaining their express permission to pull together all of the data that they need to understand their customers by online ordering. So, and one example is online ordering. There's other ways when you're sharing Wi-Fi, but you're getting permission. When you go to the mall, for example, you can look at all the discounts, quote unquote, but you've given them information and that you've given them access to your phone. So you've given them express permission to use your information or to capture your information to make value for you in the future. So the permission marketing is critical to creating that relationship to understand the value that you're offering the customers. So it's important to remember, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. So there's a situation when you need it, the Wi-Fi, for example. When you have brand trust in Tesla, you're garnering information. As a firm, you're garnering information from your customers with the explicit need that their privacy is going to be protected. But really, what you're trying to do is develop that personal relationship so that I know as a firm what you need because I've given you this free Wi-Fi or I've given you something else in return. Build your car, have fun building your car, etc. And there's other ways when you incentivize giving someone when you went on YouGov. I'm sure that you saw that they will pay you to take surveys if you take a certain number of surveys. So there's incentivized relationships as well. And then finally, intravenous, meaning you're dependent on the supplier as a single source of trust, trusted source going forward. So permission marketing is a way to build relationships, but it's very tenuous type of item if you're not careful about the privacy or you break the trust, because trust is quickly broken. So another example would be when you're ordering from Papa John's. You can see that I've ordered from Papa John's because it's quick, easy, and I have my order. But they incentivize me to, the promo codes, and they give me Papa Rewards as I continue to order from Papa John's because it's really easy and it's something that it's consistent. So that's me giving my permission for them to use my previous orders to customize my next order.